Beyond Good and Evil by Friedrich Nietzsche. In a nutshell, human beings have a natural and healthy urge to be creative and powerful, and morality only suppresses and distorts this. Friedrich Nietzsche saw the history of philosophy as an expression of the will to truth, yet this obsession with truth was simply an arbitrary prejudice. As he writes in Beyond Good and Evil, in spite of all the value which may belong to the true, the positive and unselfish, it might be possible that a higher and more fundamental value for life should generally be assigned to pretense, to the will, to delusion, to selfishness, and cupidity. Perhaps good and evil are more knitted together than we think, though in the interest of purity we like to see them as separate. There's no such thing as moral phenomena, but a moral interpretation of phenomena, and if this is so, it frees us to live according to our natural wish to be more, have more, to do more, not worrying too much about others, selfishness including evasion, distrust, and a love of dissembling irony. While the common reaction to reading Nietzsche is shock, there are few philosophers who can be more entertaining or who can carry the potential to really change your views of things. Philosophers make an assumption that the certain is worth more than the uncertain. That illusion is less valuable than the truth. We want to generate logical fictions in order to understand reality. He further argues that what most people see as conscious thinking is in fact more instinct. We think much less than we would like to believe. The will to power and free will. Nietzsche thought that psychologists were wrong in saying that the strongest instinct in living things was for self-preservation or survival. Rather, their chief aim is to discharge their strength. This is his famous will to power, a concept in part derived from Schopenhauer's will. In short, we want to keep living not for its own sake, but so that we can express our own powers. Nietzsche once said, "I shall never tire of emphasizing a small, terse fact, namely that a thought comes when it wishes and not when I wish." We believe that our decisions are the basis of our success, but this is like assuming that the ruler of a land is alone responsible for outcomes, forgetting all the other factors involved. We are neither totally in control of what happens nor totally irresponsible. The truth lies in between, and the belief in pure free will, or what Nietzsche calls intention morality, should be put in the same category as astrology or alchemy. The book has 2 sections of aphorisms, where can be found gems such as insanity in individuals is something rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs it is the rule. And the thought of suicide gets one through many a bad night. Nietzsche had little luck with women, and therefore disdained them, but his aphorisms contain some interesting observations on relationships, including in revenge and in love, woman is more barbarous than man. But just when one has come to the view that he is a little too hard-edged or even nasty, there is what is done out of love always takes place beyond good and evil. Love transcends any classifications of morality. It is neither good nor bad, but just is. That is its power. Nietzsche's wish is to go beyond opposites is a little different to the concept of duality in Eastern religions, in which light and dark, good and bad are mental constructions. Ultimately, everything just is and requires no labels.